What's going on today, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know I am. Well, the Traverse is throwing a check engine light code, and I don't know what it is. I just got told about it last night, so let's throw the scanner on it and see what we got going on with this thing. Well, here we go again. We've got a misfire somewhere and a small vac leak, it sounds like. So this has been a struggle with this car for a while, is trying to find this misfire. So I've replaced plugs, I've done air filters, I've cleaned stuff, oils, transmission fluids, everything, trying to figure out where this misfire is going. And now I think I gotta start looking over all of these hoses, see if we've got a problem somewhere. One of these hoses, hopefully it's something easy. 9 times out of 10 it's not gonna be easy. So looks like we got some work cut out ahead for us. So let's go ahead and right now I'm data logging everything, checking out my misfires. If I go ahead and rev it, sometimes I'll get a misfire, but sometimes I won't. So it's weird. It's a small, super small leak. So I gotta figure out where that thing's gonna be at. Alright, well, let's start digging into some of this vacuum leak stuff. Go ahead and take the cover off real easy. Just undo your oil cap and then it just pops up. There's a couple little pressure clips sitting. These 3 holes, oil cap sit there, pops right out. And then right off the bat I noticed that there was a cut right here. So I went ahead and did some quick gluing just to make sure it worked for the day. I'll order a whole new boot for this, but that should hopefully help, which would make sense because that's post-MAF, so that's your air is monitored right here, and then you're adding air behind that, so that might be the problem. But I also found this was disconnected. It was on here, but it wasn't quite connected all the way. So I went ahead, put that on, and I don't really hear any whistling, which you'll normally hear with a vacuum leak. There's not a lot of vacuum lines in here as far as vacuum stuff goes. We've got like, this is your main vacuum, this is a vacuum line, but like wire, steering fluid, we've got AC lines, here's another vacuum line, wires, coolant maybe, AC. So there's not a lot of vacuum lines actually in the car. I did notice there's a bunch of oil. You probably can't see it, but there's a bunch of oil back there on that hose, whatever that one's for. So we'll go ahead, we're gonna dig some more, see if that fixed it. Hopefully that fixed it. We'll order a new one, and I guess go from there. Just double check everything's nice and tidy. Nothing's really loose, can't feel anything. The engine doesn't change idle when we move things. It's another big thing. These will all have O-rings in them, so this might have an O-ring in it that I need to replace. But I'm not hearing anything when I'm moving cords. You should be able to hear it pretty drastically if it's... So if we go ahead and create a vacuum leak, car starts to run really funny. We'll go ahead and put that back in. So you can definitely tell when things are not running right, because it's all of a sudden you'll hear a whistle like that, and then the car will just act really funny. But I'm not hearing anything really out of the blue when I'm wiggling things. So hopefully those 2 little guys were our problem. But I'm going to definitely do a little once over on this and check things out. That's kind of surprising that that didn't throw a check engine light for having a leak like that. So hopefully we can diagnose this. Hopefully that's it. I'm going to order that new boot and we're going to check the hoses over again. But that's all you do. You just go around and you check hoses. Old school way of doing it is to actually take some brake cleaner and spray around in the engine bay when it's running, because then it will create a high combustion flammable and you'll add extra fuel to it and it'll all of a sudden rev up. Another way, the easier, safer way, is to just wiggle your hoses, see if the engine changes, and You can kind of feel sometimes if it's cracked, if it feels brittle and old. I mean, we've got 182,000 on this car now, so it's getting pretty up there to have a vacuum leak, which would be pretty regular for that many miles. But you just go around, wiggle things. If it's loose, you should be able to hear it whistling, like a sucking noise, because it's vacuum, it's sucking up air into the engine, and now you're making that hole bigger and smaller, so you should be able to hear a difference in the tone as well as the engine idle. Your engine idle should change. So, like I said, just wiggle those hoses, not wires. You can kind of tell the wires because they'll have that black, not perforated, but it's corrugated type black material around them, and then your hoses are going to be generally pretty smooth if it doesn't have a sheathing on it. So we're going to go ahead and check out this car a little bit. I've got my misfire stuff kind of set up, double check everything out, make sure that we're not misfiring still, and go from there. Of course, we were having a couple random misfires on cylinder 3, and then as soon as I go to show you guys, it doesn't want to do it. So you keep your mysteries, I guess, and we fixed it, yay. But we've got some serious digging in to do with this car. I don't know what's going on with this misfire that we've got going on, but we're gonna go ahead and look a little more into it, keep our eye on that. I'm gonna order those parts and I'm gonna get out of here. I just rambled the whole video, so hopefully you guys enjoy your day. I'm gonna go scratch my head and try to figure this one out. Take it easy, everyone. Peace. If you're having a vacuum leak, good luck. They're a pain to try to find.